Okay, folks, it's back in the Z-Mod. Zibo, X-Plane 12. So the plan is we're going to do a demo flight from Las Vegas to Santa Ana, John Wayne National Airport. And we are currently in volume 4.03.01. I didn't really notice much difference in the sound pack. I do like the fact that it has its own ground service now. That's pretty cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cover as many things as I possibly can, which is a lot. Okay, let's go to start putting some fuel in it.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
We are parked at Delta 39. I'm going to take off on 26 right, a little bit of a crosswind via Charlie. Okay. And we're going to Santa Ana. Orange County. That's the arrival. Let's bring it to life. Battery check. Nav light on. Air conditioning. Trim air. And a line.
Ground flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Three green oxygen. 3 green down. Looks good. Everything's up to date. be southwest today, 11:54. Fila. Gonna be basically up and then right back down again. .274.23. That rounds out to -46. .28, and I believe it's 3.4 on the reserve. All right, let's go ahead and check some other items. Good. 2 minutes to go. Oxygen's good. Closed, guarded. Data recorder. Flight data. Stick shaker. All right. Guard and close on. Guard and close, guard, guard. Normal. Pumps on. Cross check. Cross feed. Check. Just top down like always. On, guard, close. Ground power. Rheostat, normal, arm, on, check, window heat, probes off, anti-ice off, AV electric hydraulics on, doors are open, pressurization check, cabin temp, overheat, Recircs are on, trim air is on. ISO open, bleed off, reset, 30,000, 50 feet, check, nav on. Check oxygen, good. Altimeter, 3025. Got this one slaved to the co-pilot side, but I'll leave this one separate. All right, clock's good, closed. All normal. Check, 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 check. Light check. All right. Pig. Brakes. Cut off. Check. Done. Yeah, we'll go 3145. Okay, only. Circuit breaker check. Nothing blown. I like this view. All right, we're ready to load board, push and start. We'll get our load sheet after we get loaded. Set my plan on the push out. Still good.
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
And I'll go over some details after I complete the flight. How I've got it configured and all that good stuff. A lot of options, awful lot. Start. Go ahead and set the left, then the right. Top of climb 19,000 initially. Okay, now we copy the load sheet into this. Activate. Got it. Then we go to, courtesy of SimBrief, they now do landing and takeoff performance calculations. So we are looking at 46 on the assumed. And we'll be D rate takeoff 1. All right, takeoff, go 5 on the flaps. Enter our CG, then our V speeds, 42, 44, 50. Oh, I guessed right. Okay. And then I want to go LNAV, VNAV. And we'll do our PA announcement.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, for the flight deck. Welcome aboard. They're going to be underway shortly for the first leg. These three wonderful flight attendants, just give them your attention as we push and taxi. They're going to give you plenty of attention en route. Enjoy the flight. We'll talk to you once airport.
Close all the doors, get rid of the gate. All right, anti-collision on. Start APU.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
And then we read off the checklist.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
All right. Trim will be 5.75. However, I noticed this trim's kind of, it's off quite a bit. So it's 6, about 6.5. So the trim's off. The anti-ice on the windscreen didn't work in 2K. 4K it might. I had it ice over. Couldn't see a thing and I couldn't get it clear it. Oh, we can listen to this.
Shortly after takeoff, we will be serving complimentary juice, coffee, and soft drinks. The overwing window exit is designated an emergency exit row. If you're seated in this row, please refer to the safety information card in your seat back pocket. If you have a condition that would prevent you from performing the functions listed on the card, let us know. We will be happy to receive you. Ladies and gentlemen, in order for us to push back from the gate, please check to make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position. All cell phones and electronic equipment need to be turned off at this time. If you have anything with an on-off switch, it needs to be turned off. We have everyone take their seats and put their seatbelts on after that photo. Thank you. Thanks for choosing Southwest Airlines. Flight attendants for your doors.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Yeah, it's a little heavy on the trim. So I had about, let's see, 0.75, I had about 50.
We're going to pretend to have your attention for just a moment. We'd like to point out the safety features of our Boeing 737. To properly fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat end into
About
the
1/2
buckle to unfasten
to 1.
the on the buckle and will release. Your seatbelt should be worn tight and low across your hips. We're equipped with 6 emergency exits, 2 forward exit doors, 2 removable overwing window exits, and 2 aft exit doors. Each exit is clearly marked with a sign overhead, lights on the floor of the aisle designated exit. The safety information card should be found in your seat back pocket. In the event of a water evacuation, use the life vest under your seat. Only remove it if told to do so. Remove the pouch, take out the vest. Place the vest over your head, wrap the strap around.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
The aircraft pull on the red tab to inflate, to manually inflate, blow at the tube at your shoulder. Once again, please check to make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position. And all your luggage is still leaving the aisle clear. This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is never allowed in aircraft lavatory. Federal law also prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying any smoke detectors in an aircraft lavatory. Federal aviation regulations also require passenger compliance with a lighted passenger information sign, posted placards, and crew members' instructions regarding seatbelts and smoking.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Immediately stop screaming. Let go of your neighbor.
Yes, remember that. Stop screaming.
Slowly extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Please be aware the bags may not inflate. You are still receiving oxygen.
Turn in 2.
If you're seated with a child or someone acting like one, put your mask on first, then help them with theirs. Leave the mask in place until otherwise notified by uniform crew member. That's it for new stones. Back, relax, enjoy the flight.
.56. Turn in 1. Okay, ISO bleed off on the APU, auto, probe heats, and flaps 5. Generator.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Generator.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment. And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right, let's do a control check. Left, right, forward, aft, full left rudder, full right rudder. Check the pin. We're ready to go. Taxi, whoops. Yeah, I meant to shut that off, that's good. Taxi on.
Clear for departure.
Release brakes, clear right, clear left, straight ahead.
Clear for departure, enjoy the flight.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Yeah, I don't like the throttle response on this thing. It's a little bit too aggressive. I'm not sure how I could tweak that. Another thing I don't like is that roaring sound, but for free, you can't really complain. It's not bad. Exterior sounds are excellent. Trim's a little heavy, it's a bit off. You have to kind of work around that. Auto brakes, I'm not sure if they're working or not. I'm going to go auto brakes max on this one because this is a 5,000 foot runway. Going to be a flaps 40. And I did one previously at Santa Ana and I just barely got it stopped in time. Almost overran it. Brake check. In the green. Clear right, clear left, turn left. I thought it was a bit more challenging to land in the IXEG, which previously it was the opposite. The Classic was a little more difficult to get soft landings with, but now this one here is, well, we'll go over that too later on. I'm using a Bravo throttle quadrant, and it's very, very, very touch sensitive. The thrust control is a little bit of an issue in this bird, at least with this hardware. I'll go ahead and set up stuff early. Yeah, it's pretty slippery too. It's hard to slow down, which I expected. A lot more slippery, I think, in the IXEG. She really wants to roll. All right, final check. Not there, not this one. I'm gonna use terrain. No, I'm gonna put terrain on the other side. And we'll go ahead and align. Lights, transponder. LNAV, VNAV, heading, altitude, NCP, landing lights, turn off lights, taxi light, don't need it. Ignition continuous. Clearing left, clearing right. Line her up. All right. Auto throttle on. Start the clock. Power to 40. Takeoff go around. Set power. At least try to. A little bit of forward pressure on the stick. Wind's coming from the right. A little bit of left rudder.
$80 knots.
Relax.
V1, rotate.
Up we go. Nice and easy.
Positive rate.
And the gear comes up 15 degrees.
400.
And 1. Yeah, see, that trim worked out pretty good.
1,000.
Flaps to 1. Start accelerating. Now it starts to get heavy on the nose. There's a cutback. A little more trim. Flaps clean. Got altitude restriction here. We got to get her down. Right about there, bullseye. All right, LNAV, VNAV is gauged. Drives the gear. Off, already off. Check pressurization. Seatbelt to auto. After first restricted. Nope, we're good. Scale it up to 40. $10,000 feet coming up. Lights off. And accelerate. Oh, also remember, leave this blank down here. Okay, gonna be 30,000 feet, 298 on the climb, Mach 0.72, 0.73, 90.1, 90.1. I'm going to set up stuff early because we're not going to be up very long.
At this time, you may use your pre-portable electronic devices to do memory and self-testing. Stay in the on position until we land in Los Angeles. On defense, while that seatbelt sign is on,
Yeah, we'll only be up here for about 5 minutes. It's kind of an up and then back down again. Short flight. I'll probably do it direct from here. The final approach course. And one on nav, VNAV. Mach speed. Angle of attack. I had read that they eliminated this from the 737 MAX with the new MCAS system. And that caused them a little bit of a problem. One, you should have 2 of them. I believe they fixed that problem. V-speed.
Thousand to go.
Check. Back to VNAV. I'm at bank to 10. All right, we've got .31 to go. I'm going to try .31.7. .31.7. 135 is the minimum. 140 plus 5. I'm going to go with this because last time I had it plus 5. I think I was a little bit fast. And I'm going to go max brake. Probably going to override that and just stop it myself. It's going to be a thumper. It's not one to try to grease it on. Normally I cross the threshold at about 50. I might be a little lower on this one. We'll see. It's pretty decent on the frame rate. I don't have it set up that high. All right, on this one, I have to get her down to 3,500. And within 20, signs on, we're going to start descending. Like I said, I might do speed intervention and come in fast. Sure, it's an LNAV, VNAV. We'll leave at FMC speed till we get down to about 26. I'm going to put terrain on my side. No significant weather today. Terrain works only on the, like if I go weather radar works on this one, but does not work on this one. But the weather's not an issue today. Terrain is. Flight path. That's position. Down we go. All right, the altimeter. 3019. Uh-oh. Got to bring this all the way back to idle and reset. There we go. That's not good. I am not sure what that was. Yeah, if you move the throttles abruptly, you can kill an engine in a jet. I'll just keep the sync a little bit higher. 3019. .253, V-speed ought to work out. I'm gonna do speed intervention. And there it goes again. Oh, it's because I got it in vertical nav. Nope, turn that off. That's not working either. All right, let's get the auto throttle off. Try to sync this back up again. Try a level change. Shouldn't go down that low. That ain't normal. Well, let's try this. Fix, 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 fix. All right, we'll go ahead and slow her down. A little bit of a bug there. I'm not sure if it's yeah, it's at 58. That's too low. Gonna get a pressure warning. Well, that's another bug. Anyway, the other bug up here is any ice on the windscreen doesn't work. If you get in clouds at -10, you don't get any hey, the throttle's off. And there goes the cabin pressurization. How high is it? Throttle off. And get up to about 80. Should be able to bring it back. Put the oxygen mask on. Put that back. I know not. Well, let's try it again. Yeah, that's a bug. Wow, it's working again. Yeah, that's all messed up. This is the first time it's done that. Wants to work and it don't want to work. Now I've got this set up with the sync on, and it's not supposed to do that. With it off, you gotta leave it in idle all the time. Use your and then try to catch up with it. Because normally it shouldn't go any lower than that. See how it's flashing? That's a new one. Okay, I'm gonna roll on this head and I'm gonna take a shortcut. Next page. Here. Yeah, flight idle. I don't think that's too low. That's ground idle. Yeah, there it goes again. We're low enough. Oh, I wonder if this works. I'm gonna try it. Doesn't work. Hoping to get the mass to drop. Another remedy at 24,000, I could have put the APU on and used that for pressure. But that's I don't know, way too low. Note to self. Another thing that doesn't work right. But it's free, so I can't complain a lot. All right, 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and put the lights on. Very disappointing. I don't know if there's a fix for that. Speed brakes. I'm going to leave my Bravo in idle and see if it can recover. Go ahead and arm this. Well, that's really fluctuating up there. I'll let it speed up. I'll slow down in a minute. Let's arm the approach. I'll line her up. And slow it down. Okay, we got VOR lock.
1,000 to go.
This approach is 2200, I think. Oh, bank angle. There we go. Okay, we got the glide slope. Flaps 1. Speed check.
$2,500.
Almost there. See, that's supposed to be right there. That's there you go. That's where it's supposed to be. Where it's flashing. I don't know if I can fix that or not. All right, slow to 170, 168. Flaps 5, speed check. And I have the field in sight. Flaps 15, gear down. I'm gonna have to control the power. Let's set the reference. Flaps 25. Flaps 30. Flaps 40. Power up to about 60.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
I got to get low on this one.
500.
A little more power. No pappy lights. That sucks.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Pull the nose off. Pull reverse.
$80 knots.
Yeah. V-speeds are V-speed that they ask you to go is a little bit off. That's taxi to the end. Not bad, 159. All right, turn this off. Turn this off. Let's turn here. Last time I followed the V speed, I was way too fast. Lights off. Where am I at here? Is that the runway? Okay. Let's look at. Let's look at that landing. We'll stop right here. Leave the flaps down for now. Okay. Alternate R. Let's sit right here. All right, let's see how rough that was. Ooh, not bad. Let's look at it from the outside. Set up right about here. Back up a little bit. A little low on the approach, but after the last time, damn near overran it. Well, that's not bad. 159, 156. I'll live with it. All right, let's take it to the gate. Flaps up. Brake off. Oh, let's see, where am I at here? Yeah, we'll follow the yellow brick road. Taxi on the left engine. Let's go ahead and power up the APU. Don't need these. Taxi light on. You know, I forgot to turn on the, we're supposed to have these on. Ignition continuous. It's not a clear day, but I don't know what to make of what's going on here with the, I'll have to get back into settings. We'll look at that. See if we can figure that out. Flight director's off. Trim it forward. Off. Auto brakes off. Flaps up. Slow down. And let's see if we got internal power. We do. Slow down here again. Shut down the right engine. Don't need it. Radars are off. And we'll park next to these two other partners in crime down here. I'm gonna park this far gate down here. Ooh, time. Yeah, it was a short flight, probably around 38 minutes to take off the landing. Look at all this ground traffic. Taxi light off. I miss auto gates. Right about there. See how close I got. Shut down. Transponder to standby. All right, that's off. Off. Off.
All right.
Off.
Flight attendants, please prepare your doors for early arrival on Zibo.
Off. 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 And you know, I was hoping that ground power is supposed to work. I had it set for auto, but it's not working. Yeah, a lot of bugs. We'll connect this, connect that. Bring the gate. Open the doors. Get everybody off. All right, it's about as far as I want to go. I put the hat on. Shut this guy off. So, see how we did. I'll live with that. Yeah, bullshit. All right, let's go to pause. Now, I had said this before. If you want to get a screenshot after you park at the gate, press pause, and then you press shift space, and that'll get you a screenshot. Whoops, not that one. That was enter. Shift space. Hit it about 3 times. 1, 2, 3. A lot of people complain they have trouble catching a great landing. Usually, if you rapid flash it maybe 3 or 4 times, you should get it. And then take it out of pause. Oh, let me look at that again. All right, it was 159. That's not bad. 0.96 on the G. That's a damn error. In reality, that was a butter. But they have a restriction on speed. Here, I'll show you that. See how we've been doing. Let's go into landing rate. I'll go ahead and straighten this out. This is number 39. I don't think that float was 7 seconds. I don't think it's even close to that. I agree with the G loading. I have been doing pretty good on this part. I'm not really 1.13 is the highest G load I've put on this. The lowest G load is 0.88. Getting some pretty long float times here though. And then you fill this part out yourself. Okay, number 22. I'll have to revise all this up here. We'll call that a visual, even though I use the ILS to get lined up on it. Flaps 40. Runway 20 right. The winds, I think, were... Yeah, I was 250 at 3. And any notes you want to add to it? Wind steady. And then, let's see, what was that number? Number 22. Now the last one, I barely got stopped at the time. It wasn't bad. 207, 1.01 G. The nose rate. Wow, the nose rate was a lot better on this one. A little quick bringing the nose down. Not too quick, but I like this one better. That looked pretty good based on the replay. Still don't know what these numbers mean. Have never been able to figure that out. It scored me great, but if you look at butter, that's 1.05, 0.96. So you have to, like I said once before, don't put too much emphasis on this descent rates here. If you got a sloping downhill runway or sloping uphill runway, that's going to affect your G load, also your ground speed. If you're coming in fast at a high elevation and you're hitting a uphill, slightly sloping uphill runway, you could possibly have a low feet per minute descent rate and still get a higher G load. Nose rate, I like to try to get these in the low numbers here, bringing them down to, I don't like bringing it down too fast. I had that problem with the IXEG, like 4 degrees per second. That's too quick. But I'm reasonably happy with these numbers here, except for the 316. I don't know what happened there. But I only pull 1.09. So there's that. All right, let's go ahead and save it. We don't need that. All right, so we are in model. Quick review. This is volume 4.0301. I'm going to check and see if there's been any update or bug fixes. I don't know what this was. This is the first time that has happened. There's a lot of options here. You got PA options. You can why isn't that working? I gotta get out of here. You got PA settings. I'm using Southwest 7. There's all kinds of them. There's a bunch. You got
Southwest 2, American Airlines, Delta 1, Ryanair, TUI Fly, German. 1, 2, 3,
I gotta wonder about auto.
4, United, 1, United, 2, Southwest 1.
Okay, so there's that. There's leveling off. You can get all these calls like.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruising altitude. Lines are smooth, so I'll turn the seatbelt sign off. I would like to ask you a few favors, though. Please keep the seatbelt fastened while seated, just in case we do find an unexpected bump. Also, please don't pull the flag diverts from the forward galley laboratory area. We really appreciate you choosing to fly with Southwest this morning. Hope you enjoy the trip. Have a great week. Please come back and see us again real soon.
That working?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going through an area of turbulence. We ask passengers to please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Thank you.
Okay. Start the leg. We all know how this is pretty much like always.
We're making our call descent. Please check at this time. Make sure seatbelts are securely fastened. Bring sheets and trays, effort locked, and bring no carry-on items. We also ask you discontinue the use of and stow all portable electronic devices in preparation for landing. We'll be coming to you to pick up the remaining service items and any other trash you'd like to get rid of.
Now I don't know if mixture axis is an issue or not. I went to 495. Highest you can go is 500. Well, at 500 it goes back to none. I've been playing around with these two little gizmos here to see if I can't. It seems like I get a little better throttle control, a little more finite. I don't think there's any connection to that because this is the first time it's ever done that. I don't think there's any connection to just what happened there. However, there is one other possibility. If I go back to, and I don't recommend messing with this much. 'Cause for one, I don't know what most of it does, other than these two items here. It did have some effect on advancing and retarding the throttles as far as the response goes. Could be wrong. Okay, you have display variants, which there are many. I'm going without these. Here's the blended. Here is the split, which I think are all pretty cool. I prefer to go without. Air stairs, yes, there are air stairs and they do work. The SATCOM, that's a little bubble on the front or rear. You can put one on the front or back, or both. I'll show the rear. Actually, the front. Little dome right there. I leave mine off. Landing lights, I just go with the standard LED, the halogens. You get the retractables. I don't really need that. Those are fine. Landing pulse lights, those are pretty cool with the halogens especially, but I don't use them. That's old school. Long LED strobes, I prefer them to be fast, so I leave that off. On the systems, the HUD, I leave that off. There is a HUD. It's right up here. Okay. Haven't tried it yet, but I don't need it. The aspirated total air temperature probe, yes, I want that. Probe heat switches, auto, no. I don't need that. Engine start switches, auto, no, don't need that. Not sure what this is. RAS, a runway awareness alert system, auto, might be this thing that lines up right here. I don't really know what that is. It's not like the one not like the plug-in. So let's see, multi-mode receivers, definitely want those. Here's without. Let's just dial up. Only problem is, you need 3 digits. You got them over here. Yeah, that's fine. You want 3 digits. But I prefer this one here because, well, a number of reasons for it. Excuse me. You have VRILS and you also have GLS, you can dial your WASP if you're going to do an RNAV or LPV and RMP, and or a GLS. I think I demoed GLS. I'm not sure if it's X-Plane 10 or X-Plane 11 or X-Plane 12. Don't remember. I think it was at San Francisco when I did that. So I prefer that. I wish they had push button. I don't like the transponder. I kind of wish they'd fake the ACAR or something like that right here. You can put your SimBrief flight plan information, all that kind of stuff. What else? I like orange. On the backlight, comm radios, I want 3 digits. You'll need that. Cell call, I think that's down here on a. Where is that? Over here? I believe this is cell call. All the rheostats work. The trim definitely works. This works too. Alternate gear extension. Hope you never have to use that. What else? Next page. Dead camera, no, but I notice it does flash every now and then, so I think it takes screenshots whether you want them or not. Pressurization panel, I like the analog versus the digital. I don't go with the nuts. I don't know what these do. I haven't tried this yet. I'll leave that off. Chime only on no smoking. I've got a voice recorder switch, so I always leave it in the auto position. Standby gauges, I do like that. That's this little guy right here. This one, and then the RMI, you want that as well. The yaw damper gauge, that's down here. Can't really see it. And speed intervention, definitely want that. Now when I press intervention here on speed, I've never had a problem with this before. So something's haywire is going on here, because it's not supposed to idle that low. Flight idle and ground idle. That's why we had a pressurization problem. Yeah, you gotta at least be like 75 or better on N2. So I'll have to work with that. Honeywell Collins, already looked at that. All right, displays. It's plane with seconds, chronometer. Yes. What happens if you go set no? I'll leave that on yes. I prefer this one. Right there. Let's see what happens if I go with this. Radar. That one. Circle. Puts it up here. Radar. Okay, back to here. I want angle of attack. So there's that. Flap speeds, definitely. Track up, not heading up, track up. Navigational display VR radio courses, definitely want those. Distance strings, yeah, want those. Let's go ahead and switch over to dotted range. Yes, I definitely want TCAS dotted ring, which is off right now. I like the over-under. The reason I like this is I like an accurate digital readout instead of a field gauge. I prefer that. Don't have this on. I do have fuel flow, but I don't need it on the ECAS. We got fuel flow right there. What happens if I put that on? Let's look at this one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'll leave it on. Dashed on the missed approach. Cayenne, however you pronounce it. ECAS N1. Yeah, definitely want your bugs displayed here. Don't know what happens if you shut that off. Bug. I do not know what the difference is. What am I missing? Anyway, leave it there. N1, but yeah, you want the auto N1 bug. The reason for that is when you're, at least in my opinion, when you're putting in your performance stuff like that, you want this to pop up to match your FMS settings. I don't know if you can set this. Yeah, you can set it by manually up here. I leave it in auto. So leave that alone. I do not like the single Q flight director. I prefer the X. Always have, always will. All right, let's go back. Let's see, displays, flight management. Okay, I prefer this one over that one because it has a descent page on it right here, which I find useful. Route 2 installed, yes, I definitely want that. I can put an alternate in there or my next destination if I'm doing a multi-leg flight with less than an hour layover between stops. Put 2 flight plans in one. Fly Route 1, Route 2, turn around. Initial reference button, I prefer no. That's on the Smart. And message to align, I leave that off too because that kind of annoys me. Factory climb thrust, I left that alone. 1500, 3000 on the restore. Cutback at 8, which by the way, at Santa Ana, there is a cutback on this. I have to look that up. I think it's at 560. You got to pitch forward and bring it back to like 82, 83, and 1. I don't think there's any performance calculations that show you how to do that in this airplane. Factory acceleration 1,000 feet. I'm not sure what EO stands for. Oh, engine out, 1,000 feet. I prefer not to inhibit that. Planned fuel installed, yes, definitely want that. The wake up on the V-speed, that's at 5. 15's too much. I like the beep sound. There are a number of reasons for it, but one is a message pops in, you'll hear it. It gets your attention. On the approach reference on the second page, I think I demoed that a little bit when I was setting things up for the approach here. And VNAV barrel temp compensation, yeah, you want that. At least I would. Auto flight, wings level. We go around and takeoff. VNAV is installed. I'm going with common. I don't know what the difference is. I think common's fine. Yes, of course, I got the VNAV altitude installed. Yes. The approach LNAV arm. No. Don't need that. INN installed. Yes. I'm not sure why I did that. The operational is still working. The passive is fine. Either one. I like operational. Good for Cat 3. Brings you right down. Haven't had the best of luck in it though since they updated this thing. Hitting pretty hard with it. Let's take a look at that real quick. I think I got a couple in here. Here's an auto land. Minus 261. Not so good. Where's the other one at? Oh yeah. This is where the ice, the windscreen. Any ice fails, 0 vis landing. And I mean 0. I couldn't see a thing. Nothing. And that resulted in only 0.94 on the G load and 1.0 on that one. It was over 250. That's why you get, see, the maximum allowed for great landing is between 250 and 125. It's not factoring in your loading too, and also the slope of the runway. You might be chasing it. So there's that. That's why replays are very important. So auto land's pretty cool. LPV I definitely want to have. I keep forgetting to select that. Yes. Capture glide slope before localizer. No. Okay, here's hardware. Brakes, differential if you have pedals. Nose wheel axis. Yeah, I wish I had a tiller. That would definitely help. The noise lock is off. Parking brake chocks on. Lock throttle, that's on. And sync is on. So I don't know why I had a problem with that. It's been that way since I've been flying it. And the reason I leave those on is so I can move the thrust levels around without affecting this auto throttle. Don't know why I did that. Not a clue. Auto center, I leave that on. Burner hardware, I leave that off. Don't know what that is. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Jetway power, yeah, it's nice to have that on. Leave those. Otherwise, you have to close them every time you forget. That's the garden covers. This kind of stuff here, everything can be open. Leave it closed. Air stairs, yes. Yoke input advance, on. Not sure what that does. But it's on. That's general config. Did I go over that? Pounds, inches, radio, or barrel. Doesn't make a difference. You have a selection up here. RNAV. Also, you can set your inch and out altitude, but you'll hear it call out 1,000 feet. And most always, it's 1,000 feet above the field elevation, unless otherwise published. So I leave it on radio. Hide the yoke. I have no idea why you'd want to do that. You can hide it anytime you want. Just do this, do that. Now here's the thing that bugs me. That's supposed to be auto. Ground power auto. Or with the beacon. I leave it on auto. I'm in cold and dark. I don't save the flight plan. I just left it FMX. Checklist is simple. I sync the co-pilot and on my side, and I leave the standby independent so I can preset altimeters at destination. Captain's side on the headset. You can set it for the other side or overhead. You want to fly from the right. Hide cockpit seats? No. I don't know why you want to do that. Built-in ground services, that's cool. That comes with built-in ground services. That's really neat. Glad they have that. And no, I never do this. Custom nav data. This needs to restart after you do that. I don't think you got to restart this one. But one thing I keep forgetting is make sure the LPVs are audio features, regional, passengers on board are on. Mute the trim wheel. No, I want to hear all that stuff. I use the wing light switch to secure the cabin. Usually when I'm released for taxi to the active. Or you can press the attendant button. Just leave that alone. So now its air side is auto. I believe that works. There's some volume controls. You can change the frequency. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. Can't do anything with this. Tried. Nothing happens. I'll do the reflections off. Hardware throttle on ECAS. Yeah, I'll leave that on. That's that. Well, you could see it earlier, but there's this little dot that goes up and down. That shows me where my throttle is in relation to where the power is set. Now, normally, when I have that locked and synced, that shouldn't affect this, but it did, and it's never done that before. I know there sometimes I have to reset this periodically, but that's a new one, and I don't know what to make of it. I may have to look at that again. So we've got passengers, show automatic, strobe effect in the cockpit, leave that on, that's pretty neat. Particles on the rain, you can't do anything there, but you will see rain particles. It does have windshield effects. Of course, you can have your frames per second displayed right here. We're at 49. Flight director helper, don't need it. And show everything else. Why you wouldn't want to. Don't know what that is. Show and hide, 3D aero helper. Colorized or not colorized. I like color. You have day, you have night, auto. Do not know what that is, and don't mess with it. You got to reset every time you mess with it. So leave that alone. Obviously leave that off. Leave everything real. I'm using CWS. That's a yoke movement. Simple on the brakes. Real, if you go real, you have to push on your, show you how that works. Oh, that made a fool of me. Okay, you got to push down. Oh, come on. There we go. You have to push on your toe brakes to set it. So, keep it simple. I turned the lag off because I'm always in a hurry. Real on the yoke, tolerance. I don't know sure what Simply does. Go tolerant, real. Auto save 1 minute. Oh, what else is there? Looked at visuals. Looked at realism. Looked at general config. Audio, volume, calibration. Other than these two items here, that's all I do there. You've got that. You've got load, configuration. The checklist is pretty cool, preliminary. You just go through it and check things off as you go. Preliminary, you've got there's your before start checklist. There's your pushback. Engine start. Before taxi. Captains and the first officer. Good thing to practice when you have time. Takeoff. Climb and cruise. Descent. I gotta start using this more often. Approach. Got it all. Landing. Oh, who did that? Did I shut that off? Another glitch. Well, watch out for that. Another bug. Okay, what else? Well, you get the picture. Now, one thing I do here is on the payload, using SimBrief, I'll just randomly do it the long way, load seats and such. Take the total count, like 140 something, maybe 145, multiply it times 25, get my luggage distributed, cargo, usually around 3,500 pounds, 4,000. Then, get your zero fuel weight, and then go into SimBrief and put your zero fuel weight in there, and you'll get more accurate, accurate numbers. Let me show you. So go to Files. Here was the takeoff. Takeoff weight was right on. And on the landing, I think we're pretty close there. Now instead of going 140, I marked it 135. I was at 140 for a little bit, but I brought it down. The last time I followed this, it didn't want to slow down fast. Either that or I was too slow on the cutback on the throttle. But I came in a little bit lower this time. And probably could have come in a little faster. I had more. I kind of overdid it. First I was too fast, now I was too slow. Almost overran on this one, on the last approach. I didn't record it, but I did. Barely got it stopped in time. Really had to smoke the brakes. But this approach was a lot better. So you want to do that. You want to do this first. Get your payload all set up. Then go to SimBrief. So you have your zero fuel weight. And it plans out a flight pretty good for you. So it will enter your CG, it will enter your zero fuel weight and your gross weight down here. Instead of you having to copy and line XCG, I had to manually do all this stuff. You do have to manually enter that, you have to manually enter this, climb 1, climb 2. I manually enter the V speeds because I'm doing a D rate, assume temperature, enter your flaps, but it will instead of having to go over here and copy it, 18.35, I wonder if that's right, see if it does that. Yep, so that works. And then you've got your climb page, you've got your cruise page, you've got your progress page. You can get your winds, headwind component, crosswind component. You can get, see if I go to legs here, I think it's on this page here. And you get your RMP, 0.03, that's pretty good. Group data, I don't have anything in there right now. You can enter that. Descent page is pretty cool. You can also change your speeds. You can't do that in the IXEG, but you can in this thing. Forecast page, get 3. If I know this information, I put it in there, but on your initial reference page, you've got let's see where I go here. Initial reference. Oh, landing. That's it. Menu. Runway conditions, field temperature, altitude at whatever you're going to be crossing prior to final calculation. I don't know how it affects it. Fix, enter that. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. You can even do holding. I haven't done one yet. Progress is really important. They both work independent. This one's slaved off of this one. All this stuff works. Got lots of rheostats for lighting. Can't think of anything else. Oh, also light control. I usually leave it in this one here. At night it matters. Daytime you really don't notice it. So it's quite a bit. Other than the noise back here, there's this like roaring sound that you really, if it weren't for that, it'd be perfect. I think that's the only thing. I never got rid of that. The roll's fine. The sound of the engines inside are fine. The windshield anti-ice, maybe 4K works. Those lights generally stay on all the time up there. I can only think of one reason why they'd go off. If they just got too hot, they'd just go off automatically, but they usually stay on. But if you encounter icing conditions, you'll see it frost around the edges there, which is fine. But in my case, twice it's done this. It clouded it all the way up. I couldn't see a thing, even with the engine, with this on. The temperature was about -3, -4. And even after I got in the clear, it still stayed fogged up. Or iced up, and I couldn't see anything. Now the windows back here didn't, and you don't see any ice on the wings. The only place you'll see it forming is around the edges, which is really neat. I'm glad they do that, but I don't for the life of me know why it wouldn't be hot enough to keep the ice off the main screen here. That's kind of a puzzler there. It's happening. Now, the first time it cleared up, I think I was going into Bozeman, and the temperature is about 1 degree above. But at Minneapolis, it stayed at -3, and I had to jump outside view to taxi, and it never cleared up. So I reset. So I would assume what we experienced on this flight was a bug, possibly having something to do with my hardware. Maybe, maybe not. So we got to check the oxygen. It worked. Sadly, though, I couldn't get those things to drop. I could have swore maybe it was the 767-300 where the oxygen mask dropped. This one did not. Usually sudden decompression requires that. So it doesn't simulate that, but it does simulate it. Doesn't it? Doesn't. Well, okay. That's about as much as I could think of on this one. But I have to admit, for free, you really can't complain. That's an awful lot for nothing. The 300 Classic is not cheap. It is fun to fly. I did enjoy it. I'll probably get back in it again. But after I finish, maybe another 10 takeoff and landings with this thing, I'm going to jump into something bigger like the Flight Factor 767 and see how well I can fly that. I don't know if I'll do as many takeoff and landings in it. Then I'll probably move on to the MD-80 Rotate with the new sound package, if it's still available. So, as always, thank you for watching. Oops. See ya.